Hi everybody. Today I am putting pills together for the week. Actually, I just found a bunch of empty pill cases, so I'm just putting stuff together. Making sure I have enough to get through the week, because I usually do this on Sunday night. Okay, so today I did a bunch of grocery shopping and a bunch of walking. I did not do a traditional workout, however, I did prep a whole lot of food that I don't normally do, and I figured since that had me sweating profusely and having to reach my inhaler, I figured that counted for today. I was allowing myself some time. Today I also did my last trauma recovery group. That group ended. I started it in June, so I got real close with those ladies, and this was the last of our group, and I'm super sad about that, but I'm okay, because weird. Sorry, the TV show I'm watching just decided to act like I had... Yeah, okay. Just decided to act like I had paused it or something, so my TV's being weird, but that's okay. There we go. No, I said pause. Okay. That time I did actually pause it. Good to know. So, what to say? Yeah, so I let myself just have the day to recover from that being my last one of those groups, and kind of the weird disappointment and closure, and I got a certificate of completion. It's very cute. It has my name signed by people. Now I have Barb's signature. Mwaha, mwahaha, mwaha. I'm always talking about how Barb will give me a note for that. It'll be fine. No, it'll. So we made a joke today about how I needed to steal her signature off something so that I could cross stitch a certification of being crazy. Yeah, that was cute. But yeah, I really enjoyed the trauma group. So if you have experienced trauma and you feel like you need help recovering from that trauma or learning how to live with the weird triggers it gives you, a trauma recovery emotional support group is something that I was surprised to find so helpful. I had some questions. I had my phone out for a reason, and then I put it away because I'm filming. You don't need your phone. And I'm terribly sorry. I'm very disheveled today. I don't like looking at myself either, so that's weird. Okay. So I had some questions, and instead of coming to me over comments on my videos, they came to me through private message on Facebook, which I totally... If you guys can find me on Facebook, I'm Sarah K. Blackthorn. Find me on Facebook, send me private messages with all your questions, that'd be great. So, question number 1. I know you don't do pain medication, so how do you cope with pain? Okay, so I do have a broken knee. I have fibromyalgia, arthritis, a sciatica, and 1,000 other painful conditions that go with being almost 400 pounds. So, yeah, there's a lot of pain. And I am a recovering addict, and my gateway drug is painkillers. I've been on painkillers. I've been addicted to painkillers since I was around 12. I spent most of my life with doctors going, oh, you're in pain? Have some, narcotics. Narcotics are great for 12-year-olds, right? So I don't take them. I refuse. Flat out, I don't take painkillers. How do I cope with pain? That's why I have a membership to a pool with a hot tub. I meditate. I listen to music. I breathe through the pain. I say, I'm sorry, I'm not experiencing you today, and I ignore it. And at some point, my body goes, I'm sorry, we've had enough. and my joints lock up and they don't want to move, and I go, oh, evidently I've overdone it. I'm going to go stay in bed. Or I'm going to take a hot shower, or I'm going to put my knee up. I'm going to use ice and heat in 20-minute intervals. When the pain gets really, really bad, I have a lidocaine ointment prescribed by my doctor that I use on my knee, but everybody else I just go, oh, that's in pain. I don't know. I've been in pain since I was 12. It's a common state of my being. So I really don't know what to do if I'm not in pain. It kind of makes me paranoid, and I'm afraid to do anything that day. Yeah, I get muscle cramps from working. Another question was, how do you deal with muscle cramps? I especially have problems with cramping muscles. Cramps when I am not working out seem to be hurt more than the ones I've just worked. That's very true. I get muscle cramps in my thighs, my calves, my feet. Oh, the arch of my foot likes to cramp, and then I have to literally, I wish I had done this with William here, pretend this is my foot, okay? So I get a cramp where my foot will lock like this, and you have to grab my toes and pull them against the cramp until the cramp lets go, and that sucks. But it hurts really, really bad. And then I push my foot back. Well, okay, William does it because I can't reach my own feet. But you pull your foot back and you hold for 10, and then you push it down and you hold for 10, and then you do a full range of motion using your hand, not the foot muscles. This stretches the muscles out and warms them back up so that they don't cramp again. Yeah, I do a lot of range of motion. I do a lot of stretch. When something does cramp up, I tend to, like I said, just move it so it comes out of the cramp and then hold it in the position outside of the cramp, but still activating the muscle so that the muscle doesn't cramp anymore, but is still getting more use, because I don't know exactly what causes the cramp. I just know this is what stops it for me. If you're having a problem where the muscle is just cramping and then letting go and then cramping and then letting go, and you're not actively working it on a day-to-day basis, please see a doctor. Find out if there's something else going on, because I don't know. I'm not a medical person, and I don't know. I know I go, ow, 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 that hurts, let me move it until it stops hurting, which may or may not be the answer. I have destroyed my own knee. My knee is my doing. It's not like I got to be 400 pounds and suddenly my knee was bad. It's dislocated since I was 15, 16 years old, and I just slapped it back into place instead of going to a doctor every time, because it gets old going to a doctor every 2 or 3 weeks, 3 times in a weekend, you know. So I know I did the damage to my own body, so I'm probably not the best health guru to tell you how to fix muscle cramps and joint locks and stuff. I will say that if your joint, this elbow here, I have tennis elbow. I used to do a lot of sword fighting. Actually, I just beat my dad and my brothers up with swords, or with broomsticks that I pretended were swords. And then I did a lot of boffer fighting in the SCA. But whatever else, I have tendonitis in the shoulder, the rotor cuff, and basically tennis elbow. It's tendonitis through the elbow. So I get days where my elbow locks about there. Like, I can't go any further. If I hold it right there, it'll just stop right there now. And on those days, I get days where this shoulder, usually because I've worn a bra too often, and that's fibro, this shoulder just decides it doesn't want to move. Anything, any weight, my whole arm is weak. And my answer to that is I don't use it. I don't use it for a couple of days, it goes away. because I have fibro and I have so much arthritis problems, it's just super, super hard for me to not. It's super hard for the doctor to go, well, yes, you have arthritis in that shoulder. It's not like they can take the arthritis out. It's not like arthritis is a reversible situation. Lose the weight, you'll lose tension on your shoulders and on your joints and pressure on your joints. So that's a goal, but that's not, it's not going to make it all better. So if it hurts really bad and it continues to hurt for more than, say, 48 hours, take it to a doctor. That's my goal. That's my answer. So if my shoulder messes up and it lasts more than 2 or 3 days, I make a doctor's appointment and I go in. The doctor will go, oh, look, your bursitis is acting up. And I go, oh, that sucks. And we're done. So because I won't take painkillers and I can't use things like the Icy Hot, the Salonpas, the Bengay, those kind of things. I know they work for people. I know they do. So if you have the sore muscles or the aching joints or whatever, and those products work for you, I totally endorse these products. I totally use them. Talk to your doctor. If your doctor says they're safe, use them. I can't. I get weird chemical burns if I use them. A lot of the joints or muscle medications that you rub in and they warm up the sensation, they use capsaicin, which is what is in peppers and onions. It makes my mouth blister. So you put them on my skin and my skin just erupts in blisters and I look like a hazardous waste material spill. We learned this the hard way. We were playing Amped Guard, which was so long ago, 24 years ago. Whew, that's a long time. 24 years ago, and I had strained a muscle in my back sword fighting and with a boffer weapon. And we decided we were going to put some Bengay on it because that heats up the muscles, relaxes stuff, pulls the tension out. And we slathered my ex-husband slathered it on my back. And I was like, oh, that really is hot. And it kind of burns me. And the spot he had put the ointment had turned bright red. Like instant chemical burn. We had to go wash it off. We had to go get salve from the emergency room. It was a horrible thing. And that is where I learned I cannot do these things. So, I know other people can, and I know it works wonders. You always see the Salonpas patches on the K-pop dramas I watch. On the wrestling shows I watch, they always have these wonderful patches that are for pain and make the muscles not tight and not sore, and that's awesome. And if they work for you, they work for you. But that's not what I can do. So the other question I had was about the scale I'm buying. Yes, so I'm buying a scale for myself because I need one that is something here I can use every day. So I went and weighed in at OHSU, and it said one thing. It said 398, and that was on the 12th of, no, I'm sorry, that was the 14th of December. And then I weighed in at my primary care just a little bit ago, like last week, I think on the 2nd, and I was at 401. And I was like, no, oh my God, I went the wrong way. And then I weighed in Monday at my OBGYN, and it said 398 or 399. And I was like, what? And then later the same day, I went up the hill, and it said, back up to OHSU, and it said 396. So I'm like, I don't like this bouncing thing. I need one thing that I can do every morning, get up before I put my clothes on, take a scale. This is my measurement for this morning. Be done. Every morning, this is what I'm going to use because I'm going to start journaling, and this will get repetitive for you guys. And hopefully you want to hear it because it will start being, this is my weight this morning. This is the food intake I've done tonight because I need to start getting a certain number of protein, a certain number of grams, a certain number of blah. So I'm starting to use protein powder. I'm starting to... I did a lot of food prep this morning that was putting snacks together. I've not made the protein bars yet, but I took all of my... I'm experimenting with making my own nut flours. So we'll see how that works. Pecan, walnut, and almond is what I'm using, because that's what I have. I haven't really decided what else I want to use yet. Those are my favorite nuts, so that's what I'm going to start with. Adding that to the protein powder, and that's what I'm going to use for a flour for protein bars, my own protein bars. I have frozen berries. I'm going to thaw them out and basically puree them and put them in with my bars, and then blackberry, raspberry, my favorites. Maybe some strawberries just to add a little more flavor, but I hate strawberries. So we'll see. Every protein bar I've gotten has every recipe I have says add chocolate chips and add chocolate and sugars and blah. And I don't want to do that. I think if I put peanut butter in it, that's enough sugar. If I put coconut in it, that's enough sugar. So that's what I'm going to try. I'm going to try to experiment with some of these things and really I have this much of this product. This is the protein I get out of it. And then hopefully, if I make a pan and that pan makes 12, then I divide that by 12, and that's how much my protein bar has. Hopefully. So that's what I'm experimenting with right now. I have what's called overnight oats in the fridge right now, which is you take the oatmeal and then you add a yogurt, or you add milk, or you add just water or whatever, but you soak it overnight. And the oats basically soak up the water or the liquid that you put in there, and basically it becomes oatmeal. So it's making oatmeal without cooking it. So I took my nut mixture and I put in about an ounce of nuts and then into 3/4 of a cup of oats, mixed it all up really well. And then instead of using water, I used coconut water, and then I put some rice protein in it. So we'll see how that goes. It's supposed to be unflavored rice protein. I don't know. So I'm experimenting with that. I might need to doctor it in the morning. I didn't put any cinnamon or brown sugar in it. I love cinnamon in my oats, so I might have to add some cinnamon to it tomorrow. We'll see. So I'm trying to figure out how to get all of the grams of protein that I need to start getting in order to and lower my carbs and still make it through the day. So yeah, that's my attempt. Oh, I hard-boiled 2 dozen eggs today too, and then I packaged them in little sandwich baggies. Well, I peeled them and packaged them in sandwich baggies, so I could literally just walk into my fridge, grab a bag, and walk out the door and have snacks ready to go, already prepped, already packaged for this is the snack. I have Canadian bacon, which is not the best option, but I love it. Cubed cheese and hard-boiled eggs. So I still have some mixed nuts. I'm kind of in the air about that. I love the mixed nuts, don't get me wrong, but I can't just eat them by themselves anymore. I cannot find just mixed nuts without some kind of seasoning, honey flavored, roasted, salted crap. Which means, of course, that I have to go find my own nuts, plain, and then mix them myself, and then hopefully I can find that. I just gotta figure out where to find the plain nuts without salt and sugar and whatever seasoning on it. Okay, so scale. I'm sorry. It is 11 o'clock at night. I'm ready for bed. I just need to go hop in the shower and then be ready to go. Big day tomorrow. So the scale. Let me find what I'm looking for at the scale here. We are I will look at that in a minute. Sorry, the scales are on Facebook, which is super not helpful because Facebook is the time suck that will get me distracted quicker than anything else. And the person who asked me the question had commented on something, and so I thought maybe that had to do with what I was looking for, and it doesn't. So I wish I had had this already pulled up. I'm so sorry. While I'm looking, I will talk to you about my day. I had my last therapy appointment. My last therapy group, not my last therapy appointment. I have one more. And I got permission from my therapist, Barb, she's amazing, to bring the camera in, my laptop in, and no, that's powdered eggs replacement. So I'm going to bring the laptop in and we're going to record my last session with her because that is us going over my progress for 2 years of therapy. So basically she's going to go, these are the notes that I made the first session I saw you, and then this was your next eval, and this was your next eval, because you have an eval every year, but we also did a mini eval in between. So we'll have, I get to video a section of my therapy that goes, this is where I was 2 years ago, and this is where I am today, and here's how I got to where I am. And I thought that was super awesome that it happened right when I was in the beginning of starting this channel and this movement to record my change of lifestyle. And I really want to record how I got to where I am and where I am and how to move forward from here. So that's part of that process. And that'll be on the 16th, which is 6 days from now. So I'd have to count that out. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So that's next Tuesday. Okay, so the scale. I have it. It's on YouTube, or it's on Facebook. So the one I was looking at was from Costco, and it is the AccuHealth Body Fat and Fitness Analyzer. So this thing is a Bluetooth. It will sync my daily weight with my phone or my laptop, and it uses advanced algorithms to instantly analyze body weight, body water, body fat, etc. So it records body water, body fat, BMI, BMR, muscle mass, bone mass, visceral fat, and physiological age. So all of that, like, you look at this, the maximum weight capacity is 400 pounds. It's a sleek tempered glass scale, which really scares me because, listen, I know that I'm paranoid about these things, but I always think that if it's glass, I'm going to break it. Like, I can't do sky bridges that have glass floors because I'm going to fall through to my death. That's just the way it's going to be. So, and I know, like, I understand that we live in an age where they make really awesome glass, but I'm fat, and if I step on glass, it's going to break. So, I'm really anxious about this. But this is a tempered glass. Comes in black or white. And according to this, it's supposed to leave you like this whole weights thing. And it's supposed to tell you whether or not you're losing weight or gaining muscle mass, or, because muscle weighs more than fat. And, I'm always worried that if I'm working out, am I suddenly going to gain weight because muscle weighs more than, I'm so scared. So anyway, that's at Costco. And that is $60 at Costco. So that's one of the ones I'm looking at. The other one, which is not wanting to let me have the link now, is I evidently can get it at Kohl's or Bed Bath & Beyond. Bed Bath & Beyond is $50, which is a much better, So it's also capacity of 400 pounds, and it does body fat, water, muscle mass scale, provides different measures such as weight, body fat, body water through its Instant On feature. Comes with a stainless steel foot and sleek look and durability. So, not sure, but this one I don't think is Bluetooth, which that's fine. It doesn't need to be Bluetooth for me. But that's the scale I'm looking for. It's supposed to do all this really cool stuff. Now, I've heard other people who have told me that they have these and they don't, all they do is tell you the weight, that's okay with me. That if that's what I can find, that's what I can find. It is super hard to find a scale that I can use that's rated for 400 pounds. So, at the house, to have at your home. So I know I'm going to spend some money just doing that. So this has an up to, the second one that you can get at Kohl's or Bed Bath & Beyond. The one I'm looking at is at Bed Bath & Beyond. And it says up to 4 user profiles with automatic profile selection. Automatic turn on, instant on and automatic turn off. So I think if you step on it, it lets you set their lifetime warranty. And evidently my show unpauses if you leave it on for too long and will not pause again. Oh goodness, okay. Probably because the movie ended at 11. So yeah, those are what I'm looking at. We'll have to wait until February because that's what I get paid again enough to be able to do this. Yeah, so I think that's where I'm at. I'm going to start looking into Dual Diagnosis Anonymous, because there are evidently groups out there for recovery in both mental health and addiction that work with both. That's what dual diagnosis is. It's the idea that addiction is a diagnosis and mental health issues are a diagnosis, and the two need to work together in order to properly recover and stay clean in your addiction. So I'm going to look into that, as I now have Wednesday mornings free, so I will find a meeting that has a Wednesday morning, and that's what I'm going to start doing with my Wednesdays, along with my workout. And I think that will be just about everything. If you have any other questions, please feel free. Ask me questions, give me topics you want to hear me babble about, whether it be about my journey, whether it be about the weight loss surgery, how I got this heavy, my favorite food, my favorite color, I don't even care. What I think of the politics, I will tell you guys pretty much anything at this point. So feel free to ask me questions, give me topics, tell me what you're thinking. Whatever. Yeah, super fun. And I'm going to end this here, and I'm going to go to bed, and then I'm going to get up super early, and I'm going to go do laundry tomorrow. Yay! I'll also be working out with my friend Vana, my sister Nuna, Vana, and we're going to do some sit and be fit chair exercises, and I'm going to do laundry and eat my awesome snacks and lunches that I've prepped and already in the fridge, ready to go. Just grab them, stick them in my cooler, and go. And I will be back tomorrow night to give you yet another update about how everything's going. So, I think, sorry, there was something weird. I think that's everything. And you guys have a good night.